because we are the victims of all the symbols that we create. We are victims of all the voices in our head. We are the victims of all the superstitions and distortions in our knowledge. In the dream of the victims, where most people live, we are victimized by our religion, by our government, by our entire way of thinking and belief. When we are children, we cannot defend ourselves against all the ties that come with the whole tree of knowledge. As we said before, our parents, schools, religion, and our entire society hook our attention and introduce us to their opinion and beliefs. We believe in the religion that we believe in because our parents believe in that religion, because they take us to church or another place of worship, and we learn to believe everything we are told. The adults who take care of us tell us their stories, and we go to school. We hear more stories. We learn the story of our country. We learn about all the heroes, all the wars, and all the human suffering. The adults prepare us to be a part of our society. And I can say without a doubt that it is society ruled completely by lies. We learn to live in the same dream they live in. Our fate gets trapped in the structure of that dream, and that dream becomes normal for us. But I don't believe that they did this with any bad intention. The adults can only teach us what they know. They cannot teach us what they don't know. What they know is what they learned in their whole lives. It is what they believed in their whole lives. You can be sure that your parents did the best they could for you at the time. If they didn't do better, it's because they didn't know any better. You can bet that they had all the kinds of judgments about themselves and that everybody else was judging them too. They lived in the dream of the first attention, the underworld, the dream that we call Hades or hell. They were dead. Of course, all these symbols are not exactly the truth. The truth is behind the symbols. It is in the intent or meaning of the symbols. When religion describes the dream of hell, they say it's a place where we burn, a place where we are judged, a place of eternal punishment. Well, that description of hell is the ordinary dream of the humans. That very same thing is happening in the human mind. The judgment, the guilt, the punishment, and the emotions generated by fear that feel like a fire burning inside us. Fire is the king of the underworld, and it rules our world by creating the distortion in our knowledge. Fear creates the whole world of injustice and emotional drama, the whole nightmare that billions of people are living in. And what is the biggest fear in this world? Fear of the truth. Humans are afraid of the truth because we have learned to believe so many lies. Of course, we are also afraid of the lies we believe, truth or fiction. Just having knowledge makes us feel safe, but then we suffer because we believe what we know, and almost everything we know isn't true. It is just a point of view, but we believe it. And we deliver the same distorted messages to our children. The whole chain continues, and the history of the humans repeats itself again and again and again. Would anyone like to take over? Do we have a name? Okay, I'll just continue a bit.
Yeah,
No
I
one
can.
wants to do it. Please add your name. Yeah, Manish.
Manishji, you
Manish.
want to take it? Yeah, please take over.
Which line I was just listening. I was not reading on the screen. Which line I have to start?
Long ago, and be a little slower, Manish ji. when you
Okay.
read. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, long ago, wise people compared the dream of the first attention to a marketplace where thousands of people are talking at the same time and nobody is really listening. The Toltec call this a mitote. Mitote is a, you know what is mitote? Just asking.
No, no, it's a new word. I think the author will explain it to us.
No,
So
no,
go on. It's not.
it has been mentioned many times earlier. That's what I'm asking.
I
See, actually,
think he explained. Let's
yeah,
read further. If not, then we'll see what it is.
yeah, it is a basically illusion.
What is the
Mitote,
meaning? What is the question, Mansi?
no,
Mitote.
no,
He already said, right? Like this dream that Toltec
Here, Mitot means
talking.
he is considering the meaning of the hell or the essence of the hell. This hell is nothing but, according to our human tendency, it's like fear, anxiety, and anger. So, within inside ourselves, we are having this fear, anxiety, and anger, and that's the reason why we are staying in the hell. That's the real, authentic hell we are staying. So, that's the thing he wants to convey to the people around.
yeah, actually,
Here also in the first line he says, "Na where thousands of people are talking at the same time and nobody is really listening."
Yes.
This is called metote. He
no, no,
explains
mitote
it
is
in the first.
the meaning is illusion. Illusion. It is not reality. It is just illusion. Yeah, that's the
Okay,
meaning of.
okay, yeah.
Okay, I
Okay.
start. The Toltec called this a mitote, which is a national word. Neutral word meaning extreme gossip. In that mitote, we use the word against ourselves, and when we relate with other people, we use the word against them. Every human is a magician, and in the interaction between the magicians, there are spells being cast everywhere. How? By misusing the word, by taking everything personally, by distorting everything we perceive with assumptions, by gossiping and spreading emotional poison with the word. Humans can spells Human casts spells mainly upon the people we love the most, and the more authority we have, the more powerful the spells. Authority is the power that a human has to control other humans, to make them obey. You can see yourself as a child being afraid of authority. You can also see adults being afraid of authority. Words spoken with authority become a powerful spell that affects other humans. Why? Because we believe those words. If we understand the power of symbology, we can see where the symbols are taking us. We can see it by the way we behave, by the interaction we have with everybody, but mainly with ourselves. We become possessed by an idea, by a belief, by a story. Sometimes it is anger that possesses us. The symbols are competing for control of our attention. And in one way,
Manage you missed a line. Sometimes it's anger and sometimes it's jealousy. That part you missed. Yeah. Just
okay, sometimes
read it. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it is anger that possesses us, sometimes it is jealousy that possesses us, sometimes it is love that possesses us. The symbols are competing for control of our attention, and in one way or another, they are changing all the time. They are taking turns possessing us. There are thousands of symbols that want to take their place in our head and control us. As we said before, all the symbols are alive, and that life comes from us because we believe. The symbols are talking and talking inside our head. They never stop. It is just as if we have a narrator in our head telling us everything that is happening around us, as if we are not aware that we are perceiving it. And now the sun is going down. That is good. I'm hot. Look, there are trees over there. What is that person doing? I wonder what he is thinking. The voice of knowledge wants to know what everything means. It can hardly wait to interpret everything that happen in our lives. It is telling us what to do, when to do it, where to do it, how to do it. It is reminding us all the time what we believe about ourselves, what we don't believe about ourselves. It is telling us everything that we are not. It is asking us why we can't be the way we should be. In the dream of the first attention, the world we live in is just like a reality show, hosted by the voice of knowledge. And for sure, we are always going to be right, and everyone else is going to be wrong, because we use everything that we know to justify everything in our show. What a reality show! Rated about every one of them is not the truth, and it never was the truth. With the whole tree of knowledge living in our head, we no longer perceive the truth. We only perceive our own knowledge. We only perceive lies. When we only perceive lies, our attention becomes trapped in the dream of hell. We no longer perceive the reality of heaven all around us. And this is how humans fell from paradise. In the story of Adam and Eve, we had a great exchange with a snake who lived in the tree of knowledge. That snake was a fallen angel who delivered distorted messages. He was the prince of lies, and we were innocent. The snake said to us, "Do you want to be like God?" A simple question, but can you see the trick? If we had said, "No, thank you, I'm already God," we would still be living in paradise. But we answered, "Yes, I want to be like God." We did not notice that lie. Bit, we bit the fruit, we swallowed the lie, and we died. What makes us bite the apple without noticing the lie is the doubt. Let me repeat. What makes us bite the apple without noticing the lie is the doubt. Before we have the doubt, we don't even know. The truth is there, and we just live it. Once we ingest the lie, we no longer believe that we are God, and this is when we start to search for God. Next, we believe that we have to create a temple to find God. We need a place to worship God. We have to sacrifice everything to reach God. We have to create pain in ourselves and offer our pain to God. Very soon, we have a big temple with thousands of people believing that they are not God. Of course, we need to give God a name, and the result is the creation of religion. We create the god of thunder, the god of war, the goddess of love, and we call them Zeus, Mars, and Aphrodite. Aphrodite. There were thousands, maybe millions of people we believed who believed in these gods and worshipped these gods. They offered their lives as a sacrifice to these gods. They even killed their own children as an offering to these gods because they believed these gods were the truth. But were they? As you can see, the first lie what we that we believe is I'm not God. From this lie comes another lie and then another and we believe and we believe and believe. Very soon there are so many lies that is overwhelming and we forget our own divinity. We see the beauty and perfection of God and we want to be like God. We want to be that image of perfection and we search for perfection. Humans are storytellers and we tell our children stories about a God who is perfect, about a God who judges us and punishes us when we misbehave. We tell them about a Santa Claus who rewards little children who are good or more like God. These messages are distorted. The kind of God who plays with justice does not exist. Santa Claus does not exist, and all that knowledge in our head is not real. You see, when we talk to the snake in the tree of knowledge, we talk to a distorted reflection of ourselves. The snake in the tree of knowledge is who we really so afraid of. We are afraid of our own reflection. Isn't that silly? Imagine looking at a reflection of yourself in the mirror. The reflection appears to be an exact copy of what is real, but the image in the mirror is the opposite of what is real. Your right hand is your left hand in the mirror. The truth is always distorted by the reflection. When we are children, the mirror around us hook our attention so we can see them. And what we see are distorted images of ourselves, according to their mood, according to the moment when these mirrors are reflecting to us, according to whatever belief system they are using to justify their perceptions. The humans around us tell us what they believe we are, but there is not a clear mirror to reflect what we really are. All the mirrors are completely distorted. They project what they believe onto us, and almost everything they believe is a lie. We believe it or we don't believe it. But when we are children, we are innocent and we believe almost everything. We put our faith in lies, we give them life, we give them power, and so on, and soon those lies are ruling our lives. The story of the Prince of Lies is just a story, but it is a beautiful story made with symbols that we can understand and then draw conclusions. I think its meaning is clear. Once we start dreaming that we are not God, the whole nightmare begins. We fall from paradise and go directly to the underworld, to what we call hell. We begin to search for God and begin to search for ourselves because the tree of knowledge is living our life and our authentic self is dead. And this reminds me of another story about Jesus the Christ, who was walking with his disciples when he saw a man who was worthy of his teachings. He went to the man and said, "Come and join me." The man replied, "I will come, but my father just died. I have to bury him and then I will follow you." And Jesus told him, "Let the dead bury the dead. You are alive, come with me." If you understand the story, it is easy to see that you are dead when you are not awake. When you are not aware of what you are truth, your life, your love. But in the process of domestication, the outside dream, the dream of the planet, hooks your attention and feeds you all of your beliefs. Little by little, you become a copy of the outside dream. You copy everything you learn from everybody and everything around you. You copy not just beliefs, but behavior, which means you copy not just what people say, but what they do. You perceive the emotional state of the people around you, and you even copy that. You are not who you really are because you have been possessed by that distorted image of you. And this may be a little difficult to understand, but all this time it has been you who possesses you. What is possessing you? Possessing you is the virtual you. It is what you think you are, and it is what you believe you are. And that image of yourself becomes extremely powerful. All these years of practice have made you a master of pretending to be what you think you are. And that distorted image of yourself is really your grave. Because the real you is not the one who is living your life and who is living your life. Okay, Pranavi, go ahead. Yeah.
Good morning to all. Is it the real you who creates all the drama and suffering in your life? Is it the real you who says life is value of tears and we come here to suffer? Is it the real you who judges yourself and punishes yourself and invites others people to punish you too? Is this real you who abuses your body? Is it the real you who doesn't even like yourself? Is it the real who's dreaming all that? No, it's not the real you. You are dead, and that's the truth. And what is a key to coming back to life? Awareness. When you recover awareness, you resurrect and come back to the life. In the Christian tradition, the resurrection day is when the Christ comes back from the dead and shows his divinity to the world. That's why you're here, to come back from dead and reclaim your own divinity. It's time to come back from the world of illusion, the world of lies, and return to your own truth, to your own authenticity. It's time to unlearn the lies and become the real you. And in order to do that, you need to come back to life, which is the truth. Awareness is the key to coming back to life. And it's one of the main masteries of Toltec. I repeat, awareness is the key to coming back to life. And it's one of the main masteries of the Toltec. Awareness takes you out of the dream of the first attention into the dream of the second attention, where you rebel against all the lies that are ruling your head. You rebel, and the whole dream starts changing.
Pranavi, I think your voice is echoing somehow. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, I'll just come change the pace.
Yeah. Just see how you can adjust that. Yeah. Go on, go on.
The dream of the second attention, the warriors. The first time that we learn how to dream, there are many things that we don't like, that we are against, but we just accept the dream as it is. Then, for whatever reason, we become aware that we don't like the way we are living our lives. We become aware of what we're dreaming, and we don't want the dream. Now, we try to use the attention a second time to change our dream to create a second dream. This is what the Toltec call the dream of the second attention or the dream of warriors, because now we declare a war against all the lies in our knowledge. In the dream of the second attention, we begin to doubt maybe everything I learned is not the truth. We begin to challenge what we believe. We start to question all the opinions that we learned. We know there is something in our head that makes us to do many things that perhaps we don't want to do. Something that has complete control of our mind. And we don't like it. And because we don't like it, at a certain point, we begin to rebel. In that rebellion, we try to recover our authenticity, what I call the integrity of the self or the totality of what we are. In the dream of the first attention, the authentic self has no chance. It's a complete victim. We don't rebel. We don't even try. But now we no longer want to be the victim and we try to change our world. We try to recover our personal freedom, the freedom to be who we really are, the freedom to do what we really want to do. The world of warriors is the world of trying. We try to change the world that we don't like, and we keep trying and trying and trying, and the war looks endless. In the dream of the warriors, just a moment, yeah. In the dream of the warriors, we are in a war, but that war is not against other people. It has nothing to do with the outside world, the outside dream. The whole thing is happening inside our mind. It's a war against the part of our mind that makes all the choices that guides us into our personal hell. It's a war between the authentic self and what we call the tyrant, the big judge, the book of law, the belief system. It's a war between ideas, between opinions, between beliefs. I also call it the war of the gods because all these ideas fight from dominion of the human mind. And just like the gods of antiquity, they claim a human sacrifice. Yes, the human sacrifice we offer to the gods is still happening. Even if we claim that we don't believe in human sacrifice anymore, of course, we change the name of the gods. We change the meaning of all those symbols that we call God. Perhaps we no longer believe in Apollo. We no longer believe in Zeus. We no longer believe in Osiris, but we believe in justice. We believe in liberty. We live in we believe in democracy. These are the names of the new gods. We give our power to these symbols. We take them to the realm of the gods and we sacrifice our lives in the name of these gods. Human sacrifice is happening all the time, all around the world, and we can see the result. We see violence, we see crime, we see jails full of people, we see war, we see the dream of hell in humanity because we believe in so many superstitions and distortions in our knowledge. Humans create wars and we send our young to be sacrificed in those wars. Many times they don't even know what they are fighting for. Yeah, Vaishnavi, please go ahead. Thank you all.
Yes. You want to read, Vaishnavi?
Yeah, sure. Good morning.
Yeah. Your voice is a little low. You have to come closer, I guess.
Good morning.
I don't know, it's still low. At least for me, others can hear it properly.
Yeah, actually, it needs more of, I mean, the sound,
Right.
the sound is mild and yeah, just
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to take the
Maybe you
speaker
have to come
inside you.
closer to the speaker, Vaishnavi.
Um, We see a war of gangs in a large city. Young people sacrifice themselves and kill one another in the name of pride, in the name of profit, in the name of whatever God they believe in. They fight for their pride, they fight for control of piece of land. They fight for a symbol that's in their heads and on their jackets, and they sacrifice themselves. From the smallest barrio to the largest nations around the planet, we see groups of people fighting and defending their gods for something that doesn't exist. The war is raging inside their heads. But the problem is that they send the war outside of themselves and kill one another. Perhaps we no longer believe in human sacrifice, but right now there are people who say, I will be the one who sacrifices. Give me a gun, and I will kill as many people as I can before they kill me. And this is not a judgment, it's just the way it is. I will not say that human sacrifice is wrong, it just exists. We cannot deny that it exists because we see it every day in many different cultures around the world. We see it and we participate in it. If someone makes a mistake and is caught breaking a rule, what do? Let's crucify him. Let's judge him. Let's gossip about him. That's another form of human sacrifice. Yes, there are rules, and maybe it's the biggest sin to go against those rules, and maybe some of those rules are completely unnatural. We create the rules, we agree to live by those rules, and and we will follow those rules until we no longer need them. And right now, we need them. Humans believe in so many lies that even the smallest thing becomes a big demon that makes us suffer. Usually, it's a judgment, and mainly, it's a self judgment. Poor me. Look what happened to me when I was 9 years old. Look what happened to me last night. Well, whatever happened to your past is not the truth anymore. It could be the most horrible thing, but right now it's not the truth. But because right now is the only truth you live in. Whatever happened in your past is the is in the virtual reality. And whatever happened to your body was healed long ago. But the mind can make you suffer and live in shame for years. Humans carry our past, our history around us, and it's like we're carrying a heavy corpse. For some, it's not that heavy, but for the majority of people, that corpse is very heavy. And it's not just heavy, it smells very bad. What many of us do is keep our corpse to share with the ones we love, with the powerful memory we have. We bring it to life in the present moment and relive those experiences again and again and again. Everything we remember, every time we remember those experiences, we punish ourselves and everybody else again and again and again. Humans are the only animals on earth who punish themselves 1,000 times or more for the same mistake, who punish everybody else 1,000 times more for the same mistake. How can we talk about injustice in the world, in the rest of the world, when there is no justice in the world inside your own head? The entire universe is ruled by justice, but by true justice, not by the not by the distortion of justice that we artists have created. True, ju- True justice is facing what I call action reaction. We live in the world of consequences. For every action, there's a reaction. True justice is to pay one time for every mistake we make. And how many times do we pay for every mistake? Obviously, this is not justice. He does anybody want to read? Okay. Let's say that you're living with guilt and shame for a mistake that you made 10 years ago. The excuse for your suffering is,
Yeah, Saurabh can read if you if like if there's time. We can. I think. Let me check how much there is left. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Uh.
a lot.
Oh my, it's a lot. I think we'll have to stop in the middle, or then we'll have to either go on for like 5 more minutes, two, three. Shall we finish with this part, or shall we stop in the middle? What does everyone suggest? Do you want to keep the continuation? Then we can finish it.
Yeah, we can continue, I think.
Okay, okay. Uh, Others are okay with going on extra reading for 5 minutes today?
Yeah, Mansi, yeah.
Okay, okay. Then yeah. Then whichever you read till wherever you want, then Saurabh can take up. Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you're waiting for someone to come and save you, well, you have to save yourself. You you are your own savior. But there are teachers who give you tools to help you recover awareness and win your personal war. There are artists who can show you how to create a masterpiece of heaven with your art. Let's say you're a good artist, but then a master artist comes along and says, "I like you. I want to be your ap- apprentice. Come, I will teach you." The first and the most important tool for you to become a master artist is to be applicable with your word. It's sometimes so simple. You can write your own story and you don't want to write the story against yourself. Second, don't take anything personally. That will help you a lot. Most of the drama goes away if you just agree with that. Third, don't make assumptions. Don't create your own hell. Stop believing in superstitions and lies. And fourth, always do your best. Take action, practice makes you master. Very simple. Then the moment comes when you start to see your whole creation from another point of view. You start to realize that you are the artistic creator of your life. You're the one who creates the canvas, the paint, the paintbrush and the art. You are the one who gives meaning to every stroke on the canvas of your life. You are the one who invests all your faith in your art. And you say, "The story I'm creating is beautiful, but I don't believe it anymore." Can we scroll?
You have to read from the highlighted part.
No, I think the page hasn't scrolled, Mansi.
Oh, is it? Oh, why is that so?
For me, it has not. I'm not sure whether
Scrolled
it's.
it actually. I don't know how it's not sharing. Maybe I'll reshare. Just give me a minute. Something has gone wrong, I guess. I think there is some network issue at my end. Yeah, something has stopped working here. Can someone else share, please? Or shall we stop Okay. I think. Let me see. I think something went wrong because for me I was looking it properly. Like I was scrolling also.
Or we can stop maybe in the interest of time.
Yeah, actually we are over time today. We'll just read till this part and we'll stop here, I guess, because it's already 50. Then we won't get any time to discuss, or we will go extending time. It's still two more pages now, two, three more pages. Yeah, we'll read that tomorrow. Uh, Vaishnavi,
मानसी, what is the page number? पैराग्राफ खत्म कर देते हैं. पेज नंबर
या
क्या?
मुझे दिख रहा है क्या आप लोगों को? नहीं, हाँ.
नहीं नहीं, पेज पीडीएफ का बता दो प्लीज.
Even I'm getting confused. Just a minute, huh? I think it is 82, 83 something. Yeah, 80, 82. The story I'm believing, na, that one. I am also getting confused actually. Yeah, I think it is 82. I'll just share the screen so that it's become easier. Prashni, was the last line you were reading? Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, what was it?
It was, I don't know. It was like um the when the page ended now, that was the last line.
No. Can you remember the line by itself so we come to the proper line when we read again? Because somewhere. Acha, you were reading from the first page only. So, okay, sorry. I got it here. So, can others see? Sorry, it was wrong today. Can you see now? I don't know why I can't see this,
No, you're not
but I'm
present.
sharing it.
You're not presenting anything.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Okay, now I can see the screen.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember. If you were reading, if you are waiting for someone to come and save, right? That one.
No, I read that. Scroll down, go down. Yeah, I यहाँ से.
Third, yeah, this was the one. You can read this paragraph again. Let's say से लेके very simple तक. Yeah, maybe one more or something like just one or two paragraphs and then we'll stop. Yeah, read till this listen, those two paragraphs on the screen right now, and then we'll stop.
Okay. Let's say you're a good artist, but then your master artist comes along and says, I like you. I want to be your apprentice. Come, I will teach you. The first and the most important tool for you to become an artist is to be uh,
Impeccable.
impeccable with your word. It's something so simple. You write your own story and you don't want to write the story against yourself. Second, don't take anything personally. That will help you a lot. Most of the drama goes away if you just agree with that. Third, don't make assumptions. Don't create your own hell. Stop believing in superstitions and lies. And fourth, always do your best. Take action. Practice makes you master. Very simple. Then the moment comes when you start to see your own creation from another point of view. You start to realize that you are the artistic creator of your life. You're the one who creates the canvas, the paint, the paintbrush, and the art. You're the one who gives meaning to every stroke on the canvas of your life. You're the one who invests all your faith in your art. And you say, the story I'm creating is beautiful, but I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe my story or anyone else's story. I can see that it's just art. Great, that's the fifth agreement. Come back to common sense, to the truth and the real you. Be skeptical, but learn to listen.
Okay, okay. Let's stop here because anyways, this it's a new line, new this thing description will be starting from here, and we'll read that tomorrow because we are very short of time. And so, in short, this one paragraph, the author explains all the four agreements in one line. So, for anyone who's not read this book, The Four Agreements, I would highly recommend to read that first to understand these in depth. And he's very beautifully explained all of them. And now we are reading the fifth agreement book, this one, which is elaborated of. Even in the fifth agreement, also in the first part, the author goes on explaining, repeating the four agreements in short and in a different way. So that's a carry forward of the, it's like a sequel of the four agreements. So yeah, we'll stop here and we'll talk about the part we read today. Okay, anyone wants to add, share, say something about whatever you understood today? Please go on. Hello. Yes. Who would like to share something? Anything that you understood from today's reading?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a
I
little difficult, right, to understand. I
no,
thought
no,
so. Yeah, go
no,
on, Manish.
the author made it difficult, but it was simple only. See, but the, that a good thing was, the author is trying to explain in so many different ways just to get us more awareness of like about the message that he's trying to convey actually. So that's the thing I liked about it. See
Yes,
what
yes,
happened,
yeah. You want,
from today's reading, the author is trying to emphasize that uh, like whatever we try to focus on or try to improve ourselves or act on us, we are so much diluted by the symbols, the outside people opinion, what we see all around us, and so many things like that. But that is not the true picture, right? So the true picture is be fully aware of about your own consciousness, about your own intention or your own imagination, and just focus on that and don't get diluted by the images, symbols, and other people opinion. And be skeptical, don't assume anything just like that, because when we are in a society, sometimes like we get so much we are so much tuned to outside opinions, but that is not actually the truth. And from that point of view, we get distracted from our own yeah, our own true self basically. So so through these different examples, the author is trying to emphasize that we should be very mindful of our own nature, how what you want to do, what is your true self. It is just to be more about, to be fully aware about yourself, and do a deep dive into your own way of thinking, your own imagination, and focus on yourself, and do a like uh, like uh, just trying to know yourself more and more, so that our actions and our thoughts and beliefs get aligned with our own true nature of like what we want to become and what is our own existence. So so basically, do being fully aware of our own our own you can say imagination, intention, and belief, and like be least be like not affected by anything outside us, like whatever we learn, whatever we hear, and whatever we read, and so many things, we should be judging it in a very logical way, and focus on your own thought process, and keep evaluating that every day, so that we don't get lose of our track of life basically. So it's all inside us. We don't need any like outside opinion. Is okay to get to get a view of certain things up to some extent, but we need to do our own validation, and we need to make sure that it aligns with our own purpose of life. And in totality, the author is just emphasizing that is all inside us. We have everything inside us, but we need to to achieve something that we focus on. Basically, the outside view is just a distorted image. You don't need to believe on that. It's all inside you. So focus on your own strength and work on your weaknesses, and just get it better every time, every next time. Basically, just grow every day with your true intention, and just be mindful on that, and make sure that it is not getting disaligned with your own line of action. Basically, don't get distracted from outside opinions, symbols, and things like that. So I think it was a deep reading, and I really liked connecting the dots. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, just for my like what I would like to share is, so today what we started with, these are the two chapters we started with, and we were reading about the victim part and the warrior part. So now the author is started with the new agreement and explaining it about be skeptical but listen to others, but listen something, I don't know, remember the exact words, but it's all about like having the power of doubt, he calls it. And that is the fifth agreement, apart from the first four that we read from the first book. And now he talks about that awareness stage, like he talks about this uh, so in this chapter that we started with today, he talks about the victim state, where where the person is a victim and he feels completely helpless and is completely disconnected with his authentic self, he calls it. So that person is completely in the belief and in the surrender of the society, of the domestication, that the author is calling it domestication, which we normally understand as conditioning and influence of the society on us. So he's talking about it, like how we just become a victim and we feel helpless, and uh, we are just very disconnected with our authentic self. And he starts with this beautiful example of the Adam and Eve and the tree of knowledge, and how the snake is the one who distorts them, because he explains that the tree of knowledge is actually a tree of death, because it helps us because it just makes us distort our through language, what he calls like the terms that he's using are little complicated to assimilate for me personally in the day-to-day life conversations, but just trying to understand them and taking meaning out of it. So this is the victimization stage, where he feels like where he says that we are the victims. And then with awareness, then comes a stage when we start becoming aware that okay, the beliefs of others or the opinions of others that are being projected upon us is not the truth. So then we come into this awareness and we start to doubt it, and we start to actually question those beliefs that we have been grown with, and we start to answer them and address them in our own minds. That is the warrior phase is calling, where mostly the war is inside of us rather than outside of us. And maybe the outside is just a replica of the war that is going on inside of us. And this is what he's talking about right now, about this warrior phase, where we are into awareness. We know this is not the only thing, and we're trying to connect with our authentic self, but we are still struggling inside. So that's what I understand from the reading today. And just as while I was going through this chapters day before, I remember that the next will be the masters. So in that stage, I think he will tell us how to be the master of all this, and how to really overcome this struggle. So getting out of even the warrior phase to the master phase. So yeah, and as Maniji said, maybe mindfulness and all of that will be coming into that part more. So yeah, this is what I understand of it. And anyone wants to add something, please do. Yeah, Pranavi, go on.
Good morning to all. Uh, After reading this, I have doubted my own self that whatever dreams I was dreaming all about is being framed by the society, and it's being formed due to the domestication around us. So And I also felt that it's the high time. It's really a high time to work on ourselves. And he has given, generally, we never have something like your dream wish one and dream wish two. So he has clearly given a distinction between the dream one and dream two. Dream one is all about the domestication, and dream two is the real authentic you. So if you really work on those dreams, I think you can find the real truth of yourself. So that's what I have realized and analyzed. Thank you all.
I would like to add to what you shared. Like the dream two is like the rise of the authentic self, I would say.
Yes,
It's like we have
agreed.
not yet reached that phase, but we are starting to realize that there is something else and someone else behind behind the one that I am right now, and I am not what I am thinking I am. So it's like
Yes.
we start to discover ourselves new in a new way. So that's what the warrior phase is all about, is what I understood. And it's interesting, but I think we will have to reread it to get into the, at least I feel I need to read it to get to the gist, because he explains it in terms of dreams and all of that, na, that concepts to connect
Yeah.
becomes a little difficult.
In fact, I felt overwhelmed at a moment that these all are, I mean, this was just a trash I was carrying till this second. And right now, from today, I need to work on the authentic dreams, which
Yeah.
I was being born and about to, work on that.
I just remembered this, like, see, as a child, when a child is there, like any small child about like below 5 years or something, they're so joyful, they're so authentic, right? Because they don't know anything, they're not concerned about anything, and that is why they're in the highest state of their happiness, and they want to do all the things, or they are very connected with their likes and dislikes and so many things. They're very expressive. So I think like connecting with the inner child is also like coming close to our authentic self. So I'm liking how the author is now helping us and maybe guiding us to be more connected with our authentic self eventually, like.
And somewhere
Mm.
he's comparing that with again creativity. Creativity is nothing but you're just in connection with the source. So that's why using the canvas, the paintbrush, and every you know every stroke of the paintbrush will define you. It should be your thoughts and it should be your authentic you. So I mean, with the creativity itself, we can connect to the source. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to extract as much as possible. I mean, he's working on us to connect to that authentic self.
Yeah, very true, very true. That reminds me my own expression. Like for example, like I am an artist, like not an artist, I would say, but I come from an art background, so I am still yet to become an artist. But I love to paint and do all those things. But the one thought that always comes to my mind, in all the chores and everything, all the work related activities that are on my plate, that it's like, I'll do it when I have time, or I'll do it when I because what's the point? Na? It just for fun. It just is a hobby. So like this we underestimate these things many a times, I feel, because we feel this is just a hobby. This is just a thing, and we don't, because in our mind somewhere, because of the conditioning and all of that domestication, we feel we have to do something, only something that gives us a lot of money, or will make us. So there is this double mind that is going on, and that I can identify as a warrior thing in me, baby. Because recently it was my daughter's birthday on Monday, so we just visited a art museum, because she loves art. And that time I just felt like I am not why I'm so not doing it right. I should be just investing more time and doing these things, when I saw the paintings of other artists. So that was something I could connect with that part today. Like maybe it's all about doing things out of your inner calling, and just doing it without any outside expectations. Or maybe in the outside world we think very rational, right? Like if we do this, I will have this, I will get this much money, I will get paid for this, I'll have to make my ends meet, and all of those other things. But for a child, this is not a concern. For the authentic self, you just, and that is how these people who really embrace and marry their art as their profession, or their whatever they love to do as their profession, they are very much connected with their authentic self, and that is how they are always happy, and maybe they are the masters, right? Like as we'll be coming to that tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I just felt like sharing. So yeah, and Pallavi or Vaishnavi, you want to add something? What did you understand of the part that you read? Was Vaishnavi able to connect with something because she was not even there for the earlier book, na? So I'm just curious. And Pallavi, you can also share if you want to add something, any of your takeaways as such. Go
Uh,
on, go on. Any
thank
of your, both of you can talk, please.
Ani, thank you, Mansi. Vaishnavi doesn't want to share anything. But yeah, but I love the thing she was reading ki we are the matlab we are the artists of our canvas of our life, and yeah, we should try to make it as beautiful as we can. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just a question, did Vaishnavi understood anything of any, even one or two lines of what she read? Anything that she could connect with or relate with?
Yeah, I'm giving she will वैसे कोई नहीं है, सिर्फ मानसी है, देखो तो कोई और नहीं है, बता दो और नहीं है कोई। हम
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. If she wants to, you ask her later. कुछ समझा नहीं समझा, बिकॉज मिडल में ही पढ़ा ना उसने. सो शायद से, और उसके लिए थोड़ा टफ भी हो सकता है क्योंकि बुक पहले भी नहीं पढ़ा ना. दिस इज अ लिटिल, द लैंग्वेज इज अ लिटिल लाइक डिफरेंट देन व्हाट वी नॉर्मली रीड.
नो
अभी
बात
ये वाले पार्ट में है. पहले वाला फर्स्ट द फोर एग्रीमेंट्स है ना, विच इज वेरी वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, वो बहुत सिंपल है काफी, मतलब इसकी कंपैरेटिवली काफी सिंपल है, तो वो थोड़ा ज्यादा समझ आएगी. सो
नहीं,
उसके उसके बाद ये रिलेट करना भी इजी हो जाएगा.
actually, I read books a lot with similar language or even advanced.
So
I,
were you able to understand anything, or like any takeaways from today's part that you read, specially like any one or two lines at least
I read
that caught your attention?
that line, that para, where you create your own canvas, your paintbrush, your paint, and you create the art. Your every stroke defines you. That paragraph, right? Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that was inspiring.
wow, that's a beautiful takeaway. Very true. So yeah. And I would highly recommend, Vaishnavi, if you really read books like this, then do start with the four agreements. If you haven't read it already, that will really, really help you. And it's a wonderful book. It's like a must read for everyone because those are like life lessons. If we abide by them, we will live life even more peacefully. So it's a very nice book. Pallavi and Vaishnavi, if you haven't read, do go for it, I would say.
Okay, thank you.
Start from there. Yeah. Okay, then thank you everyone. We are all done sharing, I guess. So let's leave. It's already 8:10. And also one more thing, like let's start sharp from tomorrow so that we don't get extended. I'm observing that as we start late, we exactly finish like we started like 10 minutes after and we are finishing 10 minutes after. So if we start on time, we'll finish on time because no, there were not many people. We had to start late, the reading part. So we'll start that from tomorrow. And we might have finished this part also today, otherwise. Okay, then. Thank you. Bye bye. See you all. Take care.
Thank you
Have a
all.
great day.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye
take
bye.
care. Bye.